Hey, what's up, guys? Back again. Think today's video gonna be a little bit shorter, you know, a little bit shorter on time. Not really. I'm just a little bit shorter on battery life on my phone. But I want to talk to you all about experiences, life experience. More specifically, actually, I want to let you listen to this water real quick. Listen up. Ain't that just beautiful? So, if you're not hearing that every day, then you're not living life. I'm just joking. But I do want to talk about life experiences today. Um, I was having a conversation with a group of people the other day, and I felt like we kind of had a breakthrough. One of the guys is, very, I don't want to say religious, but believes strongly in what the Bible says and believes strongly in not wasting a dollar. Um, and when I say not wasting a dollar, I mean like he's against superfluous is how you say it, spending. I could say overconsumption, if you will, against overconsumption. Um, does not believe in, he thinks it's better use for your money than buying a Lamborghini or a Mercedes Benz or Rolex watch or spending $1,000 on dinner, et cetera, those type of things, right? So we have these conversations. And I feel like, yesterday we kind of had a breakthrough because, he mentioned, buying a young lady, I think it was 100, maybe $300 earrings, $300 earrings and a matching dress and, going to a nice dinner where that was appropriate for such, attire. And I said, well, wait a minute. I said, why does it have to be $300 earrings? Why can't it be some $5 earrings from, Marshalls or from Ross, right? Why does it got to be a nice dress? Why can't it be, that's not to say you can't find nice dresses there, but why can't it be a little $10 or $20 dress from TJ Maxx, right? Why are we going to this other location? And he's like, it's the experience. And I stood up and I shook his hand immediately. I said, man, you get it now. You get it now. It's about the experience, right? And so much of what we're trying to chase as far as, having more money, working more, or having investments or whatever is life experience. We want to experience certain things with our spouse, we want to experience certain things with our children, with our parents, extended family, immediate family, etc., friends, church, different organizations that we're a part of, etc., right? And the thing is, I'm actually gonna pan because I can't seem to get myself out of the view, get the view. But the thing is, you need money to make those things happen. And for a large majority of us, myself included, we don't necessarily have enough money to do everything that we can envision in our mind, right? We can't necessarily stay at the hotel, right? Because I don't make Four Seasons money just yet. I will, but I don't today. Or should I say, it would not be wise of me to stay at the Four Seasons based on my current income. But I would if I could, and I will be able to in the future. But it's not a wise use of my finances right now. But so many of us, I believe, we sabotage ourselves by not pursuing more income because we think that poverty is more pious or that, we're more holy if we just have enough. But might I remind you that even in the Garden of Eden, God told Adam that he may eat of every tree of the garden freely with the exception of one. So there was not a sense of just enough or survival in the Garden of Eden, which was God's original design and intent. It was excess, if you will. Abundance would be the correct word. There was abundance there. There was no lack. And that's God's design. So if you find yourself anything aside from abundance, then maybe you might not be doing the right things. And so experiences, the conversation we had, it went a little bit further when we talk about experiences, but experiences is different for everyone, and there's no right or wrong. And that was kind of like the conclusion we came to that conversation, because, on one hand, maybe a Lamborghini might be a nice experience for me. That might be something I want to have, right? But for the next person, they go, yeah, that's ridiculous. You spend that much money on a car, that's insane, right? But for them, maybe going to a museum or, maybe donating $100,000 to an art project or science project might be what they deem worthy of their finances, to spend $100,000 or $200,000 on, right? Or maybe a house, right? Or a trip with their family might be that, especially if they could take their whole family, right? But whatever it is, there's different experiences, and there's varying degrees of experiences, and they cost different things. So I guess you could say my message to you today is, what experiences in life are you experiencing currently that are wonderful, unique, right? And what experiences are you missing out on because you simply just don't have the financial capability currently to do them? And if you don't, what's your plan to change that, right? Because you're only here for a limited time, right? And if there is anything we might could take with us, it might be a little bit of our memory, right? A little bit of our experiences, right? Definitely can't take the money or the things, but we might be able to take a little bit of the memories, right? But what experiences are you missing out on because you just don't have the financial capability? So calm and peaceful. Is it just to simply be able to do what I'm doing now? At 2:30 in the afternoon on a Friday, instead of fighting traffic, trying to get home or rush home from work or whatever, you're at the creek, taking a sip of the water, praying you don't get sick. I did take a sip, if you're wondering. But praying you don't get sick. Or are you stressed out? There's no right or wrong answer to that. But it's just a reminder that life is long and short at the same time. It's long looking ahead, it's short looking back. And it's definitely long when you're looking forward to fun, right? It's like, you can never get there, but it's short when you're having fun. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you about experiences, is that don't get caught up in what the experience costs. Focus on the income, whether that's you making it or that's investments or assets or a combination of the two. Because one of the things that we discussed from that conversation is that as you earn more, certain numbers become a little trivial to you, right? So even now, like some of you, you're in a position where you don't really know what a pack of gum costs anymore, right? You have an idea, but you don't know the cheapest gas station in your city anymore because, the 5 or 10 cent difference isn't worth your time because you make too much, right? You don't necessarily know the price of a candy bar anymore because it's just insignificant, right? Because you make too much. But there's levels where $1,000 to someone, it's just not as big of a deal anymore, right? There's a level where $10,000 is not a big $100,000, $1,000,000 in some cases. It's just not that big of a deal anymore. And so I just want you to really recognize that there is a part of us that may want to judge because we don't have the financial resource. And that's kind of where the conversation started with originally. Because again, we love to look at Lamborghinis or let's say like a Rolex or Audemars watch. If you don't know, it costs, 100, 200,000, maybe even $300,000 for these watches, right? Hermes, Birkin bag, right? They could be 50,000, 100,000, right? And you look at these things and you go, wow, that's just ridiculous. That's a whole house, or, that's, someone's college education, blah, 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 right? And so, I was telling my buddy, oops, almost fell. I was telling my buddy, like, yo, man, like, you might say these things, but what if you already had those things? What if you already had $200,000 or $500,000 in your savings account? What if you already had $2 or $3 million put up in assets? What if your house was already paid off? What if all your cars were already paid off and you're still earning $2 or $3 million a year? Now what? Right? Because really what I was trying to help him see was that there's a limiting belief in and I guess to say his ability to earn that much, and also a limiting belief in what he would do with the resources if he actually had it. And so I just want to share with you all, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you watching this video are kind of in the same boat, where it's like, hey, you do realize that some people actually earn multiple $1 million a year, right? Consistently, not just once or twice, but 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like the same way you watch mom and dad or yourself or your sister or your brother earn 30, 40, 50, $60,000 a year consistently for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? The same way they earn that 60,000 or 70,000 year after year. You realize that there's people that earn $1 million a year, year after year, $200 million year after year, right? These are real incomes, right? These are real realities for people. And I've met some of these people. And I'm somewhere on that scale, but I'm not I'm not at the top of that scale, I'll say that. But I'm just letting you know, like, that is a reality for some people. To earn $500,000 year after year, that's a reality for people. To earn $5 million a year, year after year, that's a reality for some people. Now, you do that for 2-3 years, you're earning $5-10 million a year, or even $1 million a year, or even $600,000 a year, or even $200,000 a year, right? And you do all these things, you're going to have excess capital to have experiences. And I'm here to tell you, don't short yourself on life's experiences just because you're so caught up in trying to be either holier than thou, or because you're afraid to take chances to really go for the big bucks because you might fail. And even if you do fail, you learn, you move on, and you can start all over again. But seeing this creek, hearing this sound, tasting the fresh flowing water, we'll know about 24 or 48 hours whether it's fresh, right? I took a couple sips for real. But do you really want to miss out? Y'all, and I think to wrap this up without going in circles is, are you living? Are you surviving? Are you thriving? Right? Are you just going through the mundane day-to-day, trying to get through the day, trying to get through the week, just to get it to the weekend, to do something to get away from what you do all week? So basically translates to you trading 6 days of your life to try to have one day to escape from the other 6 days that you have to live. Or are you building something, creating something that you're looking forward to, that you're excited about? That you go, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Every day I'm getting a step closer. Every day with every phone call, every customer I meet, every person that I serve, every a pitch that I make to a potential investor, I'm getting closer to my dreams, getting closer to having the experiences in life that I want to experience before I leave this earth, before my time is up. Which one is it? And I want you to know that you get to decide every single day. It doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen one night. And if you are consistent, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, I promise you, there's nothing stopping you. Nothing stopping you from accomplishing as big of a goal as you can imagine. If it's a private jet that you want to own, you can do it. Yachts, you can do it. If it's just taking the whole family and sitting creekside in the middle of the week, you can do it, right? But you got to put a plan in place and execute it. And the sucky part is, usually after you put this beautiful plan together, the next step is going to be something that's not fun, that's not exciting, that's boring, and you're going to be like, man, this sucks. But there is a price tag to having wonderful experiences, to having a wonderful life. And I guess the next question is, are you willing to pay that price so that you can have the experiences in life that you want, right? But I'm telling you, it's worth it. I'm not at the mountaintop, but I'm certainly higher up on the mountain than most. And I will tell you that it is worth it compared to not having the experiences that you want versus enjoying the experiences that you want. I'm telling you, the smile on your face, the joy you feel when you can just sit down at a restaurant and order what you want. You don't have to look at the price tag. You don't have to worry about getting dessert. And you can leave a nice tip. It's another fulfilling. When a waiter or waitress can chase you out the store or out the restaurant, if you will, and they want to just make sure that you wrote down the right number because they think you wrote it in on accident, right? Because you wrote down a number that was too large for them to, in their mind think that someone would want to tip them, right? But you can see a family or a stranger and you could just want to bless them because something that they did or said or something that you just saw, you just want to bless them, and you can go give them a financial blessing. When somebody's car is broke down the side of the road, or just in general, and you can say, hey, you know what, man, I can help you get a tow. I can pay for you to get a new battery. You know what, don't worry about it. I can pay for you to get a new tire. Just even things like that. Not forget even just having a Lamborghini or a house or a jet, but just, to help. An unexpected death. And you could just tell the family, you know what, don't worry about it. I'll pay for the funeral. I'll pay for the casket. You guys just mourn in peace. Or you can go to the spouse that's left behind, because usually that's the nightmares, right? Is when the husband dies unexpectedly and there's a spouse left behind in absolute distraught. It's one of the worst things you'll ever see. You can go to the spouse and say, hey, you know what? Don't worry, I got you. I can help you for a year or two to help you land on your feet. Hey, I can make sure that you're going to be okay. Don't worry, you can grieve the loss of your husband in peace, right? Just those experiences, I'm telling you, it's worth it 1,000 times over to do whatever you need to do to make the income that you need and the investments that you need to put yourself in place to make sure that, your money continues to come in and grow, right? So that you can have those experiences. And I'm telling you, if you haven't had those experiences yet, I'm telling you, they're golden. And not only are life-changing for you, they're life-changing for others, because what a lot of people don't necessarily talk about too is the more financial resources you have, the more you can help others. It's one thing to be able to spend time with somebody. It's one thing to be able to give them knowledge. It's a whole other thing that you can have those things and also be able to write the check, right? And sometimes there just needs to be a check written You know, no matter how much you may want to pray, talk, you need a new heart, new kidney, somebody's got to write a check or somebody's got to die. One of the two, right? But if you can write that check, you know, somebody needs to go to school, somebody needs to take a flight here or there to go see someone, emergency, whatever. Sometimes you just need money. Money solves money problems, and there's not a better tool to solve money problems than money. And I would say 80% of our problems are just money related. And that decides what we eat, where we live, what we wear, maybe even our spouse, right? Or lack thereof, right? Friends, family, right? It may decide our relationships with them. But it's important. And it should be given the proper perspective so that you can experience and enjoy life the way you want to, the way God gave you the ability to envision and imagine. So guys, it's my I guess everybody says they got fireside chats, so I got creekside chats, baby, you know? Creekside chats. But it's an experience I want to share with you all. You guys know I'm an explorer, so I always find places that are off the beaten path. I don't always necessarily know that I'm coming to these places. It just kind of happens off the cuff. But I love it. You know, I wouldn't have it no other way. And it's a part of the experiences of life that I love. You know, hiking, being by water, whether it's a river, whether it's a lake, whether it's the ocean. Getting sunlight when the weather's nice, I love it. Can never get enough of it. I thank God every day. So I know one day, well, hopefully not, but one day I may not be able to do this. But while I can, I'm always grateful. I'm always thankful. So I'm going to max out this life, and I hope you guys do the same. See the next video, guys. Take care.